here we go. So Unit 6, Day 4, Special Right Triangles practice. So this is pretty much putting together what we've been doing so far. So number 1, we have a 45, 45, 90. So remember, that means it's an isosceles triangle, which means the two legs are the same. So right off the bat, we know the other leg is 8. Now remember, the special relationship for an isosceles triangle is radical 2. That's the number we use. If it helps you remember, an isosceles has 2 of the same sides, so this is the one where we use radical 2. So we're going from the leg to the hypotenuse, we multiply by radical 2, and we're finished. Okay, now on 30, 60, 90, we got to identify the short side, the long side, and the hypotenuse. It doesn't take long to write those out real quick, and it does help keep us on track. So remember the relationship between the long and the short side. Okay, this is also a radical. It's radical 3. And now think about it. We're going from the longer leg to the shorter leg. So we're going to divide by radical 3 on this one. And you can go off to the side. This is a pretty simple one because the radical 3's cancel. So now we're left with 8 on the short side. Now, remember that the relationship between these two is times 2. Here we're going from the short to the hypotenuse. So 8 times 2 is not 12, 16. Okay, again, we have 45, 45, 90, so they're the same. What's the relationship between these two? Radical 2. If it helps to do that, maybe. Now, we're going from the hypotenuse, the biggest side, to the leg, which means we're actually going to divide by radical 2. So we got to come off to the side here because remember, we cannot have a radical on the bottom. Therefore, we need to multiply by radical 2 over radical 2 to rationalize it. So what do we get on the top? We just get 10 radical 2. And what do we get on the bottom? Just 2. Remember, you can remember this is radical 4. Square root of 4 is 2. Or radical times itself, the radical disappears. Whatever works for your brain. Then the 2 cancels the 10, and we're left with 5 radical 2. And remember, since it's isosceles, both legs are the same. Okay, number 4. 30. That's my short side. 60. Oh, my long leg. And then my longest side, the hypotenuse, is here. Now from here, we always want to go, if we have the hypotenuse, we always want to go to the short side. That's our reference point. So if we're going from the hypotenuse to the short side, remember this is divided by 2. So that gives us 8. And then when we're going from the short to the long, this is our radical 3. And since we're going from short to long, we're going to multiply. So that gives us 8 radical 3 on the long side. Remember, hit pause if you need to at any time. Okay, 45, 45, 90, I marked my legs. That reminds me that this is also 7 radical 2. And then, going to the hypotenuse, I want to make it bigger, so I'm going to multiply, and it's radical 2. So I come down here, 7 radical 2 times radical 2. Now, there's 2 ways to think about this. Some of you want to do 7 radical 4, which is 7 times 2, which is 14. Others of you might go right to 7 times 2. It doesn't matter. Whatever works for you, whatever you understand the best. So the hypotenuse is 14. That's my short side, short leg. That's my long leg. I can spell. And here's my hypotenuse. So, from short to long, we multiply by radical 3. A way to remember this might be, this is obviously a scalene triangle, 30, 60, 90, 3 different length sides, so you do radical 3. Over here, on number 5, 2 the same sides, radical 2. And then the hypotenuse is times 2, so that's going to be 18. Keep going. We have a 45, 45, 90. These are the same. 2 legs the same, so we're going to divide by radical 2. Why divide? Because we're going from the hypotenuse, the longest side, to the legs, which are shorter, smaller. So 15 radical 2, divide by radical 2, they cancel, leaving us 15. Short, long leg, hypotenuse. So let's shift between these two. This one's a little bit more work. Remember, 3 different sides, so this is the radical 3 triangle. We're going from long to short, so we're going to divide. So that's 12 divided by radical 3. Which we have to rationalize. Which gives us 12 radical 3 over 3. Because radical 3 times itself is just 3. The 3 goes into the 12 4 times, so we have 4 radical 3 here. Now, going from short to the hypotenuse is times 2. Remember, the times 2 is an outside number, so it's 2 times 4, which is 8, radical 3.